Morning YouTubers, I'm back and I survived the gym. So yesterday I attended the gym and I set myself a goal of 1,000 calories to burn on the manual treadmill. So it was incredibly difficult, but I managed it, which is a really good achievement. I didn't think I'd get there at the 750 calorie mark, but I'm really happy that I managed to do it. So that's a really good achievement. So how I did it was I split up the time into 3 minutes, and 2 of those minutes I would be walking at a pace of 5.5 to 6.5 kilometers an hour, and then the final minute I would be running between 9 kilometers an hour and 11 kilometers an hour, just depending on how tired I was. You never want to push yourself quite hard when you're doing long periods of cardio exercise at the beginning, because you're likely not to reach the end. So it's all about pacing yourself and knowing where your limits are. So I am really happy with that. So today I'm going to go back to the gym. I have a bit of time, so I thought I'd use it wisely. And I'm going to be doing more of a weight training program today, mostly on my arms because they're incredibly weak. And if anything was dependent on the strength of my arms, it's not a good prognosis. So I thought I'd go to the gym and I'd hit the body part that really is the weakest in my body. And I'm going to do that today with a number of exercises. So when I come up with a workout program for myself to do at the gym, I like to write it down. I like to research new exercises so I don't get bored, and then I know exactly what I'm doing when I go to the gym. So usually it will have about 8 exercises in. Sometimes the exercises will be supersets, sometimes they'll just be standalone exercises. So what a superset exercise means is where you do one exercise followed by a different exercise with no break in the middle. I quite like these because it makes the time at the gym go very fast. And also you can superset them how you like, so they can be 2 exercises on the same muscle group or they can be 2 different muscle groups. So it's up to you really with how you work your program. So where I get my workout programs from are a variety of different things. Sometimes I use things from Instagram, Women's Health magazine, or just the internet, and I'll just simply type in arm exercises for women or something like that, and it will just come up with these lists of mostly pictures, a bit of information about them so you know how to do them correctly. So when you do an exercise, in order to avoid injuries, you really want to make sure that you're working at the right weight and that you've got a good posture. So what I mean by good posture is making sure that you're standing up straight, you've got your tummy tucked in and your butt stuck out, and that really gives you a really good line, a central line, in order to pick up the weight and make sure you're not putting too much pressure on certain joints where you should be evenly distributed. So that's the posture. Secondly is making sure you've got the right weight. And this is because sometimes you can get too heavy of a weight, pick it up, and instead of having a very controlled exercise, you kind of fling it out. And when you fling weights out, you're more likely to cause damage and tears in your ligaments, in your tendons, which you don't want, because you're starting to get back into the gym, and then if you get injured, you're out of action for a little while and it completely demotivates you. So you've got to really be careful on those 2 things. So what I am going to do today is I'm going to read out my list. I'll try and get some pictures or some links up of descriptions or videos of those exercises so you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, so the first exercise I'm going to be doing is the lie down push-ups. I first came across this exercise in the Kayla bikini body guide, which I really enjoy. I don't have that kind of time commitment to commit to that kind of exercise, but I do pull a lot of her exercises into what I do at the gym because I think they're really good, and I really enjoy them. So that's the first one. So what a lie down push-up is you simply get into your push-up position, and that can be on your knees or your feet, and you do a push-up, and then when you get to the ground of the push-up, you lie down on the floor and then you simply reach overhead and then put your arms back into that position and push yourself back up. So that's the lie down push-up, and I'll be doing 3 sets of those, and there'll be 15 reps. So really going to be tired after that, but then I'm going to superset it with some tricep dips. So they're a really good arm exercise, they really give you some good definition, and they're always a good fallback. Okay, So the next exercise I'm going to do is more of a shoulder exercise, and it's going to be vertical arm raises. So what you do is, I'm probably going to use a 3 to 4 kilogram weight, and you just hold it there and you just literally just twist it slightly across your body and then back down again, and then do it with the other side. So that's the vertical, the front arm raises, and they're very, very simple, but just make sure you've got your really good posture and you're doing a very controlled movement. The next exercise I'm going to do is the vertical squat rows. So I won't be using a dumbbell for this exercise, I'll be using a kettlebell, and it's probably going to be either a 6 kilograms or an 8, because they're the two different weights that they have at the gym. So depending on how tired I am from the other exercises determines the weight I'll be using for this. And it's just basically sticking your butt out, doing a squat, coming back up, and then as you're coming back up, lifting the kettlebell up to your chin level and then going back down. Okay, so after that it will be followed with some bicep curls, and I'm probably going to superset this again with the vertical squat rows, just because you've got one very dynamic exercise where your whole body's moving, and then it's followed just by a simple curl of the arms. Okay, and then this will be followed by a weighted bicycle twist. I think I found this exercise on the Women's Health website. They have a really good little tab on the side column there, where you can put in what body part you want to work out, how long you want to work out for, and then it'll just bring up this big list of different exercises you can use that they've had in the magazines previously. So that's really good. And what a weighted bicycle twist is, it's just your normal bit bicycle twist. So you're lying on the floor, you're bringing your knee to your elbow, but instead of doing this with your arms, you have your weights and you twist and reach, and then twist and reach. So it really activates all your core as well as activating your arms. So that's really good. And then just 2 more exercises. We have the bent tricep kickbacks, which are simply, you just bend forward, you have your weights, and then you're just kicking back with your arms, and then alternatively. There you go. So that one's really good. And then last but not least, which I will absolutely hate, is the reverse lunge press. So what I mean by that is, so you stand straight, you lunge back, but as you go down, you push up with your arms with your weights. So it's a nice fluid movement. You want to make sure that when you're bent, you're going straight down and you're not leaning forward, just because then you can get problems with your knees. So I suffer from quite a lot of knee problems, and you don't want to be putting too much pressure on that knee so that it goes further than the tip of your toe. Okay, so they're those exercises. Afterwards I try and do a bit of a warm down with the foam roller, but that's my plan for today. So I will let you know a different day on whether I've been successful. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, the top is from Next. I'm a bit unsure whether they're still selling it, so I'll try and find a link for it. And then just to show you the pattern with the leggings, they're from a yoga company that I found in London. They're quite expensive, but on their website they usually have really good sales, so I'll put the link to that as well. Okay, so I've made it and I am back from the gym. To just give you a bit of an update on how I got on, I completed my workout, although I did cut the reverse lunge press short just because my legs were like jelly. I barely made it down the stairs from the gym. But yeah, I completed it and I'm feeling really good. So I won't be able to go tomorrow, but we'll see when I'm next available to go to the gym. But I think this is really working out, so I'm really excited. See you soon.